Carolina was up 12-2 at halftime. But after the early shot from Wambach, Joe Bresci's defense, which coach feels oh so confident in this year, will get a test. Here's Matthew Dishkavich, fires wide of Josh Marcus's cage. True freshman Marcus, 43 in Carolina blue, making his third start. He's been Bresci's go-to guy from day one. Luke Neary, the Canadian, working at X. Inside roll, Neary still going, and he scores! Chad Sermon called Luke Neary a horse of a man, and he just bounced off the challenge from Cole Aschheim. Depth in the midfield for UNC. Duffy, wayward pass to Macaluso, who loses it. Kevin Shee on the ground ball. Off to Cullen Lowry, Iona's leading scorer. This is Carson Turricini behind cage. A true freshman. Coach Sermon says he's going to be a special player in a couple of years. Cade Steelaw, New Jersey native, top down bouncer. He had Petramala trapped on the offensive end, and Steelaw took advantage. Second career goal for the freshman. Just a little hesitation, and Steelaw restarts for Carolina. Bit of a slow start for the Tar Heel offense. Brevin Wilson flips up top to Anthony Rayo. The second midfield line of three true freshmen on for North Carolina. Rayo, the number 2 recruit, Merrill, the 3rd. Duffy, right to left split, lets it rip. Duffy goes swimming and stings the top of the cage. Quick rotation. Rayo to Duffy. And 2 Long Islanders link up for UNC. Man up for UNC. There certainly is plenty of youthful exuberance coming from the Gales sideline, but got a little caught up there. Couldn't get the numbers organized. 7th EMO for North Carolina this year. 3 for 6 coming in. Duffy inside. Petramala just missed. Merrill checked by Tochi Agwamba. Bear up top for the goal. Second of Luke Bear's career in Carolina blue. Can see Iona's back end. Gary Chevelle caught between 2 men. Merrill off to Bear. UNC using plenty of the shot clock. 20 to go for Gary Merrill. Still looking for his first career goal. Pikatowski strong on the post. Denies Bear. And Iona wins the chase. Big collision in midair. Nate Towers couldn't grab the ground ball. Duffy, what a whizzer! One mistake in the clearing game. North Carolina takes advantage in the blink of an eye. Petramala, who always rides hard, wins the ground ball, and Duffy with time and... If the Tar Heels want to, they can hold for one. First line of minis back on. James Matten headed down low, could be looking for an invert. As Iona's zoned up. It's freshman James Greenhut, 29 in black at the top of the zone. Suchek gets the hands free. Inside to Macaluso. The Culver connection makes it 4-2. North Carolina. Joe Bresci told us that North Carolina has zoned in practice plenty, working on that offense in case the defense pulls it out. College lacrosse. Coach Gleason tragically passed away this past winter. It was great to see Siena get its first win under new head coach Tim Cox this week. Gleason's successor, his former offensive coordinator. The Saints beat Hofstra 14-10. Suchek lets one fly over the head of Danny Pikatowski. Iona shares a conference with Siena, Metro Atlantic. And the Saints pick to repeat as conference champs. Suchek underneath. Wilson strong as an ox. The jump shot right past Pikatowski. Joe Bresci says Brevin Wilson's probably 145 pounds, soaking wet, but he is tough as nails. Eats the contact from Rayner. Here comes Petramala. 48 goals a season ago for Dom. He bested his old career high of 6 goals, which he set against Hopkins last year, with 7 against High Point. On the run, he misses wide left. Natural righty who's become known for that left-handed whizzer. 48 goals last year for Petramala, third best in a Carolina single season. Rayo. Inside, Merrill finds Twine. First career goal for Gary Merrill in Carolina blue. Merrill started the offense with a pick. No breathing room. Lowry deflected by the short stick. Gaten Whalen closing out. Dishkevich loses his footing. Rain's been steady for about an hour and a half now. Kyle Hardy wrapping around, bouncing it in. Iona's first goal since the 12:19 mark of the first quarter. It took Kyle Hardy going the long way, eventually beating the short stick matchup after the quick flyby pick underneath from Andrew Price has it. Deerfield Academy product. Leaves it off for Brock Geraci. With all the depth, Joe Bresci will certainly take some time to mix up another couple combinations in the midfield. Geraci, true freshman, originally from Texas. Played his high school lacrosse at Governor's Academy, Massachusetts. Duffy almost lost it, keeps control, and scores! Duffy almost had it fall out of his cradle, but he's got a hat trick. Just too quick with that first step past Tochi Agwamba, but foiled by injuries down the stretch. Wilson rolls away from trouble. Duffy is tough as nails. Joe Bresci said that he would crawl over broken glass to get on the lacrosse field. But a lot of it for Duffy is realizing that he doesn't have to do it himself. Bear on the move. Almost caught Merrill's ankles. Merrill, the jumper. He's got two. Gary Merrill making his mark in the second quarter. It's 8-3 North Carolina. A short stick matchup. Nate Towers can't keep up with Merrill. So easy to specialize in today's day and age of high-level youth high school sports. But many coaches across the ACC, across the country, say that it's easier and probably better for competitiveness, for physical shape, and just for mental toughness for athletes to play multiple sports. Keeps them fresh and avoids any burnout factor early on. Matting down the alley. Macaluso. Ringing around the cage, and Suchek snipes one bottom. Suchek found Macaluso in the first quarter, and this time Macaluso returns the favor. Wonderful connection, and Suchek goes 5-hole on Pikatowski. If he'd go. Rayo misses high. He was a great wide receiver on Long Island. Rayo teamed up with Joe Filardi, who's now at Syracuse, not only playing LSM. He was a big contributor in the win over Maryland on Friday. But Filardi walked onto the football team and started a couple games at quarterback for SU. That Syracuse win on Friday, impressive as it gets. Orange staking their claim to be the #1 team in the country. First win over John Tillman since '09. In fact, the first win over Tillman, period. First win over UMD since '09. Rayo with the lefty finish. And North Carolina is rolling. Duffy draws the double. The freshmen stay on. Merrill thinking about a hat trick. Now Geraci matched up with All-MAC rookie teamer Tochi Agwamba. Petramala, a little space. Oh, the turnaround bouncer from Rayo. Great idea. Rayo can pour it in if he's got space. And the low to high from Geraci. An absolute laser. First career goal for the freshman Brock Geraci. Clean win for Wambach. One-handed shovel from Geraci. Owen Dixon out there now. He scored against High Point. Junior can play both attack or midi. In the conditions, in the cold, and especially since UNC played Friday, Trying to keep a lot of legs fresh if possible. Price to Dixon, he scores! Second tally of the season for Owen Dixon. Everyone's getting involved. Man or zone, it hasn't mattered for Iona. Warding call. Duffy with the off arm pushed Agwamba away. Under 2 minutes to go, and if Iona can get it clear, a chance for the Gales to build a little confidence before halftime. Well-timed check from Toman, but it skirts all the way forward. Turricini and Prohaska battling for it, and Turricini somehow finds the back of the net. Tucked in between three blue shirts, Carson Turricini wrestles away a ground ball and scores his second of the season. Clear. Duffy deflects the pass. And UNC, one plays ball, one plays man. That's a great combination between Duffy and Wilson. No breathing room yet for Iona's defense. Coach Sermon recognized that all of his players grew up watching Tar Heel lacrosse. Feed to the inside, and Petramala off the mark. Perea jumping right into the deep end. Wilson right past his right ear. Second goal of Evan Wilson's afternoon. North Carolina has found a lot of success dodging from below. That time just a one-on-one win. For Evan Wilson, better than James Greenhut. Clean pickup for Wambach. He takes it himself. Brady Wambach playing make it, take it. Second goal of the weekend for the junior, a reigning first-team All-American. Almost seemed like Perea was expecting a feed somewhere else. Wambach's doubled his goal total from a season ago. Able to get a breather, and Colin Hannigan will take this one. Tar Heels 17 for 21 at the face-off dot. Iona defensively has come out of both breaks, the pregame and the halftime, with good effort. But getting it clear in this second half has proved to be a struggle. 3 unsuccessful efforts already. English showing he's got some juice offensively. Ty English might have moved to full-time short stick defensive midi duties, but he can still rip it with the best of them. Offense humming away. Price to Macaluso. Six points already for Owen Duffy. Macaluso has space. Perea got a stick on that, and it seemed to always be flying high. Macaluso burst onto the scene this year. Surpassed his point total last year in the first game of 2026. Matt Reedy scores that one for North Carolina. Just another North Carolina attacking option. Reedy known for his prowess on the man. Nate Towers called for slashing. And he'll serve a minute. UNC hasn't been man up all that much, but scored a first half goal. Duffy back in. Here he is. Price right on the doorstep. What a find from Duffy, his 5th assist. $13-goal lead for North Carolina, and Duffy eyes up all the way, put Price one-on-one with Perea. Matthew Dishkavish off to Jimmy Kennedy. And Colin Lowry working on Ashheim, skipping it past Marcus. Lowry had a pair of 5-goal games last year. Someone that can score it in bunches if given the chance. Dishkavish leaves Scalamandre in the dust, but the pass knocked away. Good hands from Brooks Roger. Carolina on the move, and a transition goal for Caswell Friedman. The true freshman goes coast to coast. The California kid settling in Chapel Hill. '87 in Carolina blue is Charlie Pope. Transfer from Vermont. Big body at that. Geraci. Dixon's got one already. Pope was the 2024 America East Offensive Player of the Year. He dishes off to Reedy, who got a little pipe and got some of Perea. No shot clock reset, though. Merrill inside feed. Dixon ducks it in. Second for Owen Dixon, sneaking it inside the near post. A nice find from Gary. Brady inside the crease. That's a turnover. 9th for UNC, who for the most part has executed well on offense. And the ride in the second half has been sharp. Greenhut powers through a couple. And then Cade Stelaw hits the deck. Footing has certainly decreased as the second half has gone on. Dixon, Price, one more. Easy finish for Geraci. A 20-piece for the second time this weekend. Tic-tac-toe, and Brock Geraci, thank you very much. Bainbridge, a redshirt sophomore behind him, someone that didn't become a full-time face-off guy until fall ball. Pretty prolific midfielder in high school in Massachusetts, over 300-point scorer. That's part of the puzzle for Iona, getting all those pieces in line. Coach Sermon loves what his staff has done recruiting-wise. Boltman with a bullet past Perea. He has taken a couple of spills. Oh, the entire team is juiced up for him. Even Kent Good all the way from his own cage. Junior out of Torrey Pines out in California, then Bosco. Grew up in Monroe, New York, not too far away from West Point. All part of the process for Iona. Coach Sermon calls it a lacrosse school that just doesn't know it yet. A slip, a look for Lowry, and that goes wayward. Aschheim hit the dirt. And then the ball rolled out of Lowry's stick. Rain certainly playing a factor. Ishkevich down low. Kennedy bounces it home. Jimmy Kennedy sneaks it past Kent Good. Iona's first goal of the third. Double teams flying around. Slides here and there as North Carolina starts to mix in different pieces on the defensive end. First two goals, but a Carolina blue tidal wave followed. Nico Carretzos a little loose with it. We've seen a couple connections go wayward, and the footing also become a bit of an issue with the constant downpour. Feed in front, Geraci on the doorstep, and Caputo stonewalls him. Great look inside from the Carolina midfield, but now in transition, James Greenhut. A laser past Good. Sixth goal for Iona, and the first career score for James Greenhut. Right past the transition defense, and nobody slid, coach, and he learned from those. And Ohio State had a program at the club level, but there were no expectations, and there wasn't a whole lot of talent. They lost to Denison and Ohio Wesleyan a couple years before Coach Bresci arrived. D3 programs that certainly can compete at that level around the state, but against an Ohio State, which added scholarships 2 years later, they shouldn't have had any business being on the same field. Inside feed and a goal. Trevor Havel, a freshman midi out of Louisville, with his first. All starts with the alley dodge from Alec Levy, a name well known across the Carolina lacrosse circles. And it finishes with the 6'6" monster towards Owen Dixon. Kevin Sheehy to Lowry, who keeps on shooting. And Martinez backs it up. North Carolina's defensive unit playing the reserves now, but regarded as one of the top defenses in the ACC. Big question early on the defensive side for North Carolina was in cage. Josh Marcus not all that challenged today, but he's looked solid. There's a goal for Neary. Shows off the left-handed effort with his second of the day. Beat Wilson, stick side low. 22-7 now. On Maryland transfer Eric Molliver also gone. They've all moved on, and now Duke is weaving together a new offense. Some midfielders remain. Ben Johnson, who might play some attack this year. Max Sloat as well. But Duke has some top 30 freshman recruits that have to make a big impact for the Blue Devils to succeed. Levy around. He stings the corner. .23 on the board for North Carolina. One-on-one, mano-a-mano, and Caden Turner just could not keep up.